Evadine TV broadcast booth, but it
Caution
looks
is
like we get a
out.
quick caution under the first lap.
Under that caution, we're gonna work on this feed here to see what's going on with YouTube. Why YouTube for some reason isn't firing up for us like it should be. So just give us a quick moment here. We're gonna see exactly what's going on.
And just like that, with the magic of the internet, it's fixed. So if you're just joining us on YouTube, sorry about the glitches early on, but we're back underway here. We actually had a quick caution here under the first lap, just getting going here in the first heat race of the evening here with the East Coast Modified League, the East Coast Winter League, running the SK Modified cars here at Stafford Motor Speedway. And again, Wes, this is the second event here for us today here on Easter Sunday.
This is our second event here today, and then this is also the third event that we've called of their racing here, and we've definitely enjoyed each event we've called. And if you are just joining us, Anthony Bello is your pole sitter. Well, sitting first. Nicholas Betchel is in the 36 is running second. Third is Tommy Cranborg in that 45. Fourth is Anthony Margavulio. I'm going to work on that last name throughout the night. And your top five is rounded out by Chris Finchor. It's Finocchiario.
Doing a great job with those last names, Wes. Absolutely. Better than I could have, that's for sure.
All right, so not exactly sure what brought out that caution on lap one, but we're going to get things cleaned up here. We do have one down pit road, and that, I believe, is Teddy Kramer of the 59 ride. Not exactly sure if he was caught up, but stay tuned. I'm sure the action's going to be packed here later on down the road. And just looking at some of these cars, some really cool paint schemes that we got out here. Some old school paint schemes. I'm excited. My eye would be on Max Zetchum, but Max actually into that 20. He's a very familiar face of Stafford Motor Speedway. He's already on pit road, so I got a feeling he was involved in that mishap.
Definitely could have been. And here in the East Coast Winter League, no tires. You can't use tires or anything like that, and there are no quick repairs. So right now he's just kind of getting the car worked on a little bit. As you can see, the right side of that car get lifted up, so he might be putting tires on that, or he might just very well be banging out some of the dents underneath that ride.
Paul, I went back and looked, and he was 4 wide coming off of turn 2 on lap 1, and he ended up on his lid. So he may be done for the night.
Yeah, you never want to end up upside down anywhere, especially here at Stafford Motor Speedway. You don't want to roll the car up, but looks like we're getting ready to go back under green. Green flag in the air. 51 gets a great start. Well, it looks like we called off the start here. Must have been a little bit of a weird.
Paul, I don't think the leaders were lined up the way they needed to be. I don't think the whole field was. The whole field was having problems lining up there, so that may have been the issue for that. So we're gonna get it back wound up, and we'll just try to re-rack them one more time.
It may very well just be that it's Easter Sunday and everybody is kind of stuck in their way, but it looks like the pace car is not even going to get out in front of the field. He's just going to dip right back down, try this restart one more time. You see everybody's lined up, single file, nose to tail, bumper to bumper. Green flag in the air, and 51 with a very, very slow start. Looks like we got another car around on the front straight, going down low into John Deere country to try and avoid the red. Caution comes right back out.
Paul, I don't see the caution yet. These are, I believe these are admin-driven cautions. Chris is still, the 08, it's still stopped on the track. He is stopped on the track. They have to call the caution now. With him being stopped, the leaders were coming around, and it's almost like he stopped there to make sure he got the benefit of the caution. I'm not sure how league admin Dylan Kopeck's going to feel about that one. It looks like there has already been a car, Buzel, in the 9 ride has been black flagged, which typically means you go down a lap, and from looking at it, he had some kind of issue that sent him down into pit road or into the grass.
Unfortunate event, but we're going to cross the stripe here with 4 laps to go here in the very first heat race this evening. Going to get everybody lined back up, see if we can't get some green flag racing here. Try and figure out which one of these 5 drivers is going to move on to the feature event here later on this evening.
Again, and I believe our biggest storyline is every single race that we've called so far, Alex McCollum has let it flag to flag for each feature that he's been a part of for the 2 weeks that we've called it. Now, I don't believe he ran a lap under practice or ran a lap under qualifying. I'm not sure if that's a league rule here. When you dominate too much, he may have been having some issues. We'll find out more about that. But he's not going to be starting up front. It's going to be interesting to see if he can work his way all the way back up through this field.
Yeah, most definitely, and it's a long way to go and a short time to get there. You do have the last chance qualifying event here after the heat races, but before the feature. So you got to wonder if he's going to try and hopefully just bank on that. 'Cause we do have quite a few guys that are actually registered for this here event, but we're only going to be taking a finite number of drivers for the feature.
All right, so we're going to re-rack them one more time. These are 20-minute sessions. It's either 12 laps or 20 minutes for these heat races. Looks like we're going to have at least one heat race, probably two, the way the count is here. And that we're going to figure out who's going to start where and who's going to make the field and who's not. So Anthony Bello got a black flag as well in that. And I think Anthony Bello was the driver that was spun out there, just sitting there. Don't quote me on that, but a couple guys, actually it was not. Chris Fidacario was the one that was spun out. So a couple black flags handed out there. Probably not the start they wanted to see to start off this event tonight, these heat races.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get these guys to knock out the cobwebs just a little bit and kind of pull the virtual seatbelts tight, if you will, and maybe kind of get some clear thoughts and some green flag racing.
Makes me think they might be finishing this under caution. It looks like they will be. They're going to be coming around to more. They're actually green-white checkered. I apologize. They're under green-white checkered conditions, which means they have one chance to restart with 2 to go, basically. If they mess that up, they will have one more chance. In this league, they run 2 green-white checkers. I don't believe they run any resets. Reset is where you crash your car, you can go to pit road and get a brand new car. Some leagues run 1 or 2, some leagues run none. This league runs the 0 resets. So it's going to be interesting to see if the cream can rise to the top. Not too much action up front here in this heat race, but then again, I don't think we've had a full green flag lap, but the green flag is out.
Green flag is out. Nice slow start for the number 51. He gets a good jump. He's got 4 or 5 car lengths between him and the number 90.
The 74 of Chris Silvestri makes contact. I'm sorry there with Timothy Plord. They come out of turn 2's clean though, Paul.
Side by side there for 4th. That's the battle on the track. Everybody else single file. 74 thinks better of it. Looks like we got a car on the wall. The number 84 just kind of moves up into the wall, pancakes that car, but keeps on going. Focus back up here on the leader, the number 51 of Anthony Bello. Took the white flag coming into turn number 3. Doesn't really have much of a challenge behind him. The 99 closing in. Lynn doesn't have anything for him. Looks down low. Checkered flag in the air. Heat race number 1 goes to Anthony Bello.
That means Anthony Bello gets the best of the rest when it comes to starting position. He will start 21st in the feature, I believe. That's the way they do it here. The top 20 make it on time. The rest have to make it through the heats. So Anthony Bello is able to come out with the win. I know he's got to be happy about that, to pull that off and not have to worry about any consi races or anything like that.
Gridding everybody up, lining them up 2 by 2 here for the second heat race of the evening here at Stafford Motor Speedway. Going to get everybody kind of into the cars, onto the front stretch, get everybody lined up, get ready to go here for heat race number 2.
And starting pole for the second heat race will be the 77 Garrett Zacharias. Next to him will be the 33 of Ted Groh.
Row number 2 is going to see the number 47 of Zachary Sangermano, and P4 is going to go to Tyler Leary.
Starting 5th will be the 13 of Dale Gerard Jr. Next to him will be the 89 of Tyler Alkis, lining up 6th.
Right behind them, P7 is going to be Ryan Plorden, the number 75 machine. Next to him on the outside, JB Fortin, number 34.
And behind them will be Ryan Fern, lining up 9th in that 12 machine. And he will be next to the 04 of Amber Fortin.
Rounding out the rest of the field, P11 is going to go to Joseph Massacotti, and 12th is going to go to Michael Curtis. Does not look like the 21 or the 6. The 6 is actually the admin of Dylan Kopech, so not actually racing here this evening, but just taking up one of those spots. Focus in back here for the leader. Get the green flag in the air as the lights are off on the pace car, heading on down into the corner.
Let's see if this heat race is going to be as action-packed as the last one. The best of it was the green-white checkered. Hopefully it's not the same here as the pace car, getting everybody lined up the way that they need to be. Going to run one more pace lap around here, make sure everybody stays lined up as they should be. I expect a little bit of a cleaner race here. I don't expect it to run as many caution laps, but then again, I've been wrong in the past.
As have I, but it looks like everybody's lined up in the right position where they need to be. Going to get everybody's kind of clearing their heads, shaking the cobwebs loose here on the backstretch, heading down into turn number 3. iRacing pace car getting ready to make that hard left-hand turn down pit road. Going to wait for the flag man, wait for the flag man, wait for the flag man, wait for the flag man. Green flag in the air. Great start on the outside. Looks like Garrett's actually going to beat the 33 off to the line there. Heading on down into turn number 1. He's going to come off with the lead. 71's going to restart P2. Battle right now is for 5th between the 47 and the number 1.
We usually don't see that, Paul, where the second place car gets the whole shot here at Stafford, but it happens here. Ted Grove won a heat last week too. He won his heat race. Didn't have much luck in the feature. He's trying to go back in heat races here, but right on his bumpers a 71 of Zacharias. We got one spinning on the front stretch for Ryan Florida in the 75. He brings it down to the grass. Looks like he's going to keep it going. We're going to stay green.
Going to try and get that car righted before the leaders come back around.
One car wrecks hard. One car wrecks hard out of 4, collecting the 19 of Michael Curtis in the 2 of Massico. Joseph Massico connected in that as well. Hard incident there. The one machine got spun out of Tyler Leary, and man, oh man, he can't be happy. Oh man, Michael Curtis is trying to wreck him on purpose. It almost looked like Michael Curtis turned hard. Looked like he was trying to turn into him. Failed on that attempt. Definitely got to get a replay of that. I don't know if something broke or he took a hard swing for the fences and missed.
Definitely looked like he took a shot at him. The one did a really good job. Tyler Lear did a great job saving that car after getting the attack from the number 19, Michael Curtis. You got to wonder, that's definitely going to be a penalty from the administration team here at Dylan Kopech. But we'll see if we can switch on over here to the replay screen and load that up, figure out exactly what went down there between the number 1 and the number 19.
Paul, it just looked like normal rubbings racing there. It's something that you wouldn't have expected to see, but we saw it anyways. But that retaliation afterwards is kind of what concerns me. I'm not trying to assume things here, but I'm going to assume things here that he did that on purpose. But it's hard to call not actually being in the driver's seat. But man, oh man, you never want to see a driver take a swing at another driver like that under caution.
You're exactly right. We're going to bring it to you real time here. Looks like the one car just kind of lost it at that point. 19 had nowhere to go. He gets plowed by another car. You know what? That right there was just racing. And unfortunately, you see the 19 actually takes a quick little shot there at the number 1. And
but that's not the only shot he takes, Paul.
Nope, that's not the only shot he takes. And as he comes down into turn number 1, you can see the 19 just turn number 1 just takes a hard right turn, takes a really big shot at him, and luckily it didn't really do too much damage to the one car. But man, oh man, that's definitely intentional wrecking. It looks like the 19 is being scored 3 laps down at this point, so it appears that he either has major damage or has been removed from this heat race.
Just listening to race control here, it looks like Dylan Kopech making sure these guys are, they're cool under the collar. They understand this is just a heat race. There is a lot on the line. They're only taking the top 5, so, but still, that was definitely uncalled for. So right now, your positions that are moving on would be your top 5, and your drivers sitting in those positions are Ted Grove in the 33, Garrett Zacharias in the 71, it's Zachary Sangermano in the 47, Dale Gerard Jr. in the 13, and then Tyler Alkis in the 89. That is your transfer positions currently.
Ryan Fern currently running P6, JB Fortin 7, Amber Fortin 8th, Joseph Massicati 9th, and rounding out the field right now on track is Tyler Leary in the 10th position. Lights are off on that Mustang pace car, the iRacing Mustang pace car. Line them up 2 by 2. Gonna see what here we can do.
All right, and as I talk about respect right now in race control, I feel like that's the big thing here. These guys race each other week after week. A lot of these guys also race in real life with each other, so you definitely want to show respect. Now we saw the 33 get the run on the outside of the last restart, and I was going to wonder, can the 71 do it this time? But no, as the pace car hits down, the green flag's out. Ted Grove gets a big hole shot, leaving the door open down low for the 47 of Sangamorano.
Ted Grow in the number 33 says, "No, sir, I do not believe I will wait for you," and heads on down as soon as the pace car heads into pit road. And that is iRacing rules. You don't necessarily have to wait for the flag ban on the restart. Battle right now is for second. We got about a 5-6 car length car battle for that P2 position. Side by side, 2x2 all the way through. Car around. All the way around, it looks like. We're going to try and take a look at that. Staying under green at this point. That car heading down into John Deere country.
I believe that was at 89. I'm not exactly sure what happened with him, but he's not where he wanted to be. He's still trying to gather it up. That was Tyler Alkus. He's restarted in that 5th position. He was going to move on. Now, unless we get a late caution, it doesn't look too good for him as we are coming to 1 to go. This time by your leader, Ted Grow, coming out of 3 and 4 here. Just clean sailing. For that transfer spot, though, it's going to be really interesting as coming across the line, the 71 of Garrett Zacharias is sitting in that transfer position. A hard-fought battle in front of him, though, for that 2nd spot.
Single file all the way through for the top 6 positions right here. Doesn't really look like the 34's got anything for. He's essentially just waiting for somebody to make a mistake. Doesn't seem like it's going to happen as Ted Grow wins the 2nd heat race here tonight. 47 car of Zachary Sangermano finishes 2nd. Dale Gerard Jr. finishes 3rd. Ryan Fern up there at P4 and Garrett Zacharias P5. Those drivers are going to be moving on to the feature here this evening as we're taking the top 5 from each heat race.
Unfortunately, if you don't move on, you got to pack it up, and that's what you're going to see these guys doing. Got to pack it up, got to send her off, and there's always next week.
Yep, you're 100% correct, and it looks like these drivers are all lined up. We're not going to be doing any kind of consolation race tonight. Looks like we're just going to do the 2 heat races. So what we'll do, these drivers are going to get a couple of minutes to kind of warm up their cars. Gives us a great opportunity to take a quick look at the national anthem. Fantastic rendition of our national anthem here on Easter Sunday. Man, oh man, Wes, let's get some green flag racing going here. We're here for the second event here for tonight, for today rather. We're pulling double duty here at the Verdane TV. We're here for the Stafford 75 live here on Verdane TV, and we're here with the East Coast Winter League. SK Modifieds are running Stafford Motor Speedway tonight, and we saw some great car control in practice. Had a little bit of calamity in the 2 heat races that we ran here, Wes, but man, I think we're gonna have a really good race. It's the 3rd race of the season for these guys, and you've seen it all here on Verdane TV so far.
Every time we've called these races with these guys, they've put on a show, and I'm sure that tonight will not disappoint. You're going to see some fast guys starting in the back. You're going to see some guys that haven't been able to really make a name for themselves in the last couple of weeks, try to prove themselves and put their staple on this series. And man, I'm excited for us to go racing. We're almost done with this this practice session, and we're gonna get some green flag racing in.
Yeah, a little bit of a warm up here for these drivers. Everybody you're seeing on track, you see a little bit of an upside down there for the number 13. But these guys are basically just kind of testing out their setup, making sure that they've got everything that they need to get through this race. As you can see there on your ticker, it looks like we've got 29 drivers that are going to be starting this race. So definitely a stacked field, and a lot of these guys are familiar names from the Stafford Motor Speedway Friday night series, as well as a lot of the Northeast tracks up here in New England.
I think the only light at the end of the tunnel here when it comes to what we're going through with this pandemic is the racing community has came together. Either if you're racing each other every single week on the racetrack to online, those two worlds have collided, and now you're going to see guys that race every weekend on the racetrack race each other online and then put their talents up against the guys that maybe watch them every week at their local racetracks. So it's pretty cool to see. We're seeing a lot of these drivers that are really, really good race car drivers in real life struggle on the sim, and some of the guys that are typically really good on the sim show their talents and say, hey, you might be a big name out there in real life, but I can keep up with you.
Yep, you're exactly right. We're just going to take a quick peek here at the weather here at Stafford Motor Speedway. Obviously, this is a simulator, so it is simulated. The air temps was 78 degrees. The wind direction's heading north at about 3 miles an hour. Very low humidity and virtually no fog with a partly cloudy sky. So you're going to wonder if these machines are going to be running hot here. Checkered flag is in the air. That warm-up session is all set. We're getting ready to get these guys on the starting grid.
And for you all that are watching on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, we thank you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like and share this video. We're trying to get the word out. Make sure everybody during this pandemic gets their racing fix, and we're here to help you make that happen. So we're going to get everything lined up here. It's time to go feature racing.
Feature here racing here at Stafford Motor Speedway. Ryan A. Blanchard in that 35 machine. He's going to start on the pole with that 19026 we talked about earlier. Outside of him is going to go to Kyle Ellie.
The 55 of Teddy Hodgen is going to be starting in that third position. Ryan Libby, once he lines up, will be the 46. He will be starting fourth.
Behind them is going to go to the 37 of Glenn Reed, and Riley O'Keefe in the 69, going to be right outside of him.
Mikey Flynn in the 39, he's going to be lining up in that seventh position. Derek Lukaki, I'm glad I haven't had to say his name too much yet tonight. He is lined up eighth.
88 car Kyle Elwood behind them. On the outside, Chris Forster in the number 14 ride.
Kenny Zeems in the 15 will be starting 11th. Regan Perrin in the 17 starting 12th.
Kyle Jeffrey in the 38, and then Michael Hendrickson outside of row 7.
PJ Evans lining up in that 15 position in the 81. Next to him will be Fataruso, Ray Fataruso, that is, the 26, starting 16th.
Row 9 is going to see the 90 of Ken Zames, and Jeffrey Faruga in the 18, and outside of him.
The 26 just hit the wall on his own. I'm not even. Ray Fataruso must be watching this feed. Pay attention out there, Ray. And then, as you said, Eric Frentz, Ray Parrott Jr. is going to be rounding out your top 20. Starting 21st will be Anthony Bello. And then after Anthony, I believe Garrett Zacharias will be lining up next to him. But we're about to be going green here. That's about as far as we can go through. And the one name I'm not seeing is he not racing tonight? Is Alex McCollum. Is he in this field?
I haven't seen him. You saw he definitely connected. It looks like he almost connected after the heat races. May very well not be a spot here for him tonight. As you see, the pace car is off. Going to wait for the green flag to come out here. The 35 and the 7 starting up front. And you see the 35 is actually the 9 there on your screen. Green flag is in the air, 2x2, heading in down, thundering down into turn 1. Ryan Blanchard has a great lead, but the battle looks like it's for, well, third on back.
The 46 and the 39 are side by side. That's Ryan Libby and Michael Flynn. They're trying to fight for a top 5 position here. If they all barrel down into 3 and 4 behind, and we already got a caution, Paul. We have a caution, and it looks like at least the 47 might be involved. Nope, it's further up in the pack. I'll help you try to find that. The 5 of Michael Hendrickson gets turned by the 31. Entering the corner, and let you show the fans see what happened after that. PJ Evans in the 5 starting that incident.
Yeah, we'll back that up just a little bit here on the Verdane TV instant replay. Find out exactly what went on to get us under caution here on lap number 1. Unfortunate event here, but we're going to back up. He said it was with the 5 car. And see. There we go. Working with some new controls here in the production truck, so you got to bear with us for just a moment. We want to make sure we get you the best replay possible here. And here we go. We'll bring it to you in slow motion. And we'll bring it to you real time. How about that? You see the 5 car is up high at this point, and just it looks like a couple of guys going for the same real estate. Everybody wanted the same spot, cars around, and man, he just gets chewed up by the rest of the field at that point. So it doesn't look like any really, really hard hits at that point, so it looks like some of these guys are going to be able to come down, bang on the cars just a little bit. There's no quick repair or fast reset or anything like that here at the East Coast SK Modified Winter League, but they're going to be able to at least work on the cars a little bit, try and bang out some of the dents on those cars.
Paul, and listening to the race control here, they're actually not going to call that on anybody. Usually they may say, hey, it's this was on you. You got to line up at the end of the longest line. But however, they said, you know what? That's a racing deal. Just as you called it there, you know, it's just a couple cars going for the same real estate. So no penalties given out for that one there.
Always fantastic to hear somebody else out there thinks like me.
It's a scary thought.
Ryan Blanchard right now looking, he's on our scoring, he's number 35, but on your screen he's the number 9. That's the glorious thing with iRacing, is you can kind of use different paint schemes with different numbers and different setups and things like that. Familiar name on the outside of him in the 55, though, Teddy Hodgden. He actually won the first Stafford Speedway iRacing event a few Friday nights ago, and really, really cool to see him here tonight with the East Coast Modified League.
Lights are out on the pace car. That means this time by they're going to go back green. We got them back stacked up with Ryan Blanchard sitting on the pole, and next to him being that 55 ride of Teddy Hodgson, and the car's off, and there he goes. Ryan Blanchard straight to the lead with that advantage, being able to start when he wants with Hodgson right there in tow.
Single file all the way through the field at this point. Everybody kind of tries to line up behind the guy in front of them, see if we can't click off some green flag laps here. Looks like the top 10, 12, 15 guys are all lined up single file. The 55, Hodgson just jumps way down low, looking for a huge run, and has it over Ryan Blanchard. Ryan Blanchard coming back strong on the outside there, running that middle groove side by side here for the lead.
Paul, short track racing is all about getting into a rhythm, all about getting the heat cycle going in the tires. As we see a new leader of Teddy Hodgson, we haven't been able to call him up front as of recently calling these races. Pretty cool seeing a new name up there as a 35 of Blanchard's kind of stuck on the outside. Kyle Eli, that's a name that we've been calling quite often the last couple of weeks as he takes P2. And now Glenn Reen moving the 35 out of the way to go in the 4th, and the 35 continues to plummet down as he cannot get low.
35 getting hung out to dry. The 9 car there, Ryan Blanchard, dropping like a rock on the outside. It's an unfortunate thing, but you know what? At Stafford Motor Speedway, both the virtual and the real life, the low line is preferred. So you're going to see he's just going to get freight trained at this point. He's going to try and get himself in on the outside of the number 88, see if he can't get in there. But man, oh man, everybody's single file at this point, so he's going to try and get down low, see if he can't move back up this field.
He leaned on the 88 there, and this is usually where you start to lose your patience at some point. You know you need to get down there as they make a little bit of contact, which pushes the 35 further up the track. He went from being the leader just a few laps before to potentially here dropping out of the top 10. It looks like he may finally get an opening here between the 3 and the 15, which he does. And now let's see if he can start working his way back into the field, and the 3 spins the car in front of him, causing a huge accident. Big accident. The 35 is also involved in that. He spun Riley O'Keefe of the 69 and Calamity Corner out of 4.
Yeah, we saw it live right there on your screen. Hard race, and everybody looking for that real estate. But we will absolutely cue that back up here on the instant replay, the Verdane instant replay. Bear with us one moment. We'll get everything rewound here on the tapes and figure out exactly what went down.
Paul, that's typically not the action that we like to catch on the camera, but when the drama happens, we try to be there, and we're lucky enough we were able to catch that live. But man, you got to feel for the 35. He started that restart pole. All it takes is getting hung out one time to get caught in that freight train. It's a lot like how Martinsville used to be, where you only had one lane, and that was that low lane. If you got stuck outside, you had to force your way back to the bottom, and that's kind of how it is here. But he got to the bottom, but he didn't have time to start working his way back through before he was collecting in that big one.
Yeah, and you see a lot of quick cars here back towards the tail end of the top 10. They were just kind of caught up in that. Again, not really any hard hits, but man, it's definitely going to cause some damage here. Guys are going to have to come down pit road, see if they can't bang out some dents.
And while we're under caution, our thoughts are with the victims in the South that have suffered from the tornadoes in Louisiana and in Georgia and other parts of the South of the country. Multiple casualties, multiple injuries. Our thoughts are with you here at Verdane TV. I hope you guys make a speedy recovery. You get your lives back to normal. If it wasn't enough to have the pandemic that we have going on, bad weather is not helping. So our thoughts are definitely with all of you. And we wish you all would have a better Easter than this, but it will get better.
Things are always going to get better at this point. We're going to make it through it together. And tough break for everybody down south. I know we got some weather up here in the Northeast tomorrow that we're getting ready to endure here. And a lot of these drivers in this race are going to be affected in that, as they're a lot of the guys in this field here tonight are from southern New England. And we're looking at like 65, 70 mile an hour winds tomorrow starting at noon. So scary times indeed. But right now, on our plates in front of us right now, we've got the Stafford 75 here at Stafford Motor Speedway. And again, we're bringing it to you live here at Verdane TV. If you missed it earlier, I'm Paul Strickland Jr., Showtime Paul Strickland Jr., Rowdy Wesley Hogues behind, next to me over here in the booth. And we're calling some SK races here tonight as the lights are off in the iRacing Mustang pace car. Teddy Hodgden right now looking as your leader. He's led 9 laps here tonight, and he's going to be restarting here in the Catbird seat.
Since the beginning of the race, we've seen these guys really shoot off with the lead, running single file. I'm pretty sure Teddy's going to have no problem here getting a little bit of a gap, since the leader can go when he wants once pace car heads down pit road. You see the 7 trying to anticipate it here, but he holds off, and then he shoots for that green flag as we are back racing here. Kyle Eli and Toll, the 37 of Glenn Reen in third, and now his mirror is full with the 39 of Mikey Flynn.
Mikey Flynn coming in a hurry in that 39 on your screen. It's going to be the 24 car. Like we said with iRacing, a lot of the paint schemes don't match up the timing and scoring, but no harm, no foul. A couple cars back were side by side. Looks like the 17 and the 88 fighting for position as they head on down into turn number 1. 88's going to try and sneak back down low, see if he can't get back around that plain black car with the pink rims. Yeti on the quarter panels there gives him a little bit of a shot, shoots him down in there. He's going to try and get underneath him for position.
That's where your battle is right now, and in tow for them will be Keith Jeffrey in the 8th position in that 38 machine. Other than that, it is single file racing throughout the pack. Get a little side-by-side back, further back. We got the 99 and the 71 battling it out there a little bit further back for that 17th position. It's starting to heat up. That's typically where you start seeing the aggressiveness. These guys further in the back, knowing that there's a long way to go and a short time to get there. Remember, this is only a 75-lap race. They don't have much time. We're already 20 laps in, so big gaggle of cars back there. The 5, the 71, these 01 of Timothy Ford, as well as 69 Riley O'Keefe, who we just saw was involved in that last incident.
Throw a blanket over all these drivers back here. There's 6-7 cars lined up, double by double, and it looks like we have a caution. Caution's out.
Another caution.
Yeah, there's a couple of wrecks here on the speedway. We're gonna have fun with this one here in the instant replay booth. Get these drivers lined back up, see if we can't figure out exactly what brought out the caution. I don't think it was what we were looking at here live, so we'll have to take a look, see what went down.
Paul, it definitely wasn't what we were watching live that brought it out. Not exactly sure what brought it out, but they started wrecking after the yellow flag was shown. So that's definitely interesting. We saw the 39 of Mikey Flynn just spin out Glenn Reed. That looks like that's what brought out the caution. Which was further up in the pack. The 37 of Glenn Reed just gets dumped for the 3rd position by Mikey Flynn, who also collects the 46 of Ryan Libby. So Libby is a name we've been calling recently up front. He's been interviewed with us, I believe, as well in our top 3. So tough break for Libby.
Yeah, most definitely. We're going to bring it to you here in real time, taking a look. The 39, Mikey Flynn. You see the 24 on your screen is actually Mikey Flynn. Heads on down low underneath the 37. You know what? Not enough room, so he gets shot down low and then gets thrown right up into the wall where the 40, not sure what number that was, but he gets involved. A couple of other drivers involved as well. You see a lot of these guys are already sitting right there on pit road.
Yeah, I believe that 40 number that you're looking to call was Ryan Libby that we spoke about. Ryan Libby, not the break he wanted to see, but Mikey Flynn was he was given the at fault there, was scored with the end of a longest line penalty, but decided to leave the server. Have a feeling that he had a little bit more damage than he was hoping for. A quick update on Ted Groh, the winner of the heat for 2 consecutive weeks. He won his heat. He's still on pit road from an earlier accident. His car's messed up. Glenn Reed, the 37, the guy that was dumped there, he has called it quits for the night. He says she's junked, was his exact words. And then Ryan Blanchard, the driver that we saw just completely sinking a couple green flag runs ago, is working his way out of pit road as well. So couple different stories to follow up with here. A couple drivers that started up front, that usually run up front, already in early trouble, and their chances of winning are now slim to none.
And that's one of those things. Taking a quick look back up here on the leaders, Teddy Hodgson led 18 laps so far here tonight, 18 of 25. And, he's definitely got these SK Modifieds figured out here at Stafford Motor Speedway. But behind him is going to be Kyle Ellie in the 7. Ryan Libby, mentioned him a couple times tonight. He's going to be 3rd. Regan Parent 4th. And Kyle Elwood's going to be restarting 5th.
All right, so that was a single file start. We're going to see if they go single file again here. We're also going to be checking in on the last couple of weeks. We saw Alex McCollum take the win, and since he's not here tonight, we're going to see what's going on. We know that he took a win earlier in the Western Super Series Evergreen Speedway Showcase Series Summer Showdown. He got the pole and led all 158 laps of 200. So he also went back-to-back winning that. So maybe it's just like, all right, I'm gonna hang it up for tonight, and I just don't feel like racing. So we're gonna find out the update on Alex McCollum as well.
Green flag.
Bump, 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 and then the green flag. 7 car shooting down low. Teddy Hodgson slams the door all the way down to the grass with that block. Able to hold him off for just a second, but unfortunately gives the 7 car a run as they head on down into turn number 3, Wes.
Kyle Eli is able to grab the advantage of that as he works underneath Kyle Eli, or the 55 of Hodgson. That move may have hurt him more than helped him there as he gives up the lead to Eli. Eli's had to run second fiddle one too many times to Alex McCollum, and now he's going to get his chance to bring home a trophy as we're coming around lap 29, but the top 4, now top 5, all within 100th of a second of each other.
Everybody behind them, single file all the way around the racetrack. Looks like the battle's back there for 15th, but we're going to focus on the leaders for right now. 7 car Kyle Ellie able to hold on. He's got about 2 car lengths, maybe check that, about a car length over Teddy in the 55. Ryan Libby, he's just kind of back up, gets a little bit of a shot there from Regan Parent, but no harm, no foul. They keep racing.
Long race to go here. Race controls telling these guys, whoa, calm it down. As the 12 and the 98 make contact, he pushes the 98 of Parent Jr. up the track. That opens up the door for Jeffrey Ferrugia in the 18. He's able to break his way into the top 10 now, as now the 98 continues to sink as he's stuck on that outside. Further up front, the 88 and the 46 back side by side. Kyle Elwood working his underneath the 46 of Ryan Libby. Ryan Libby damaged from that last wreck. Must not be too bad, though. He's able to hold his own, and caution is out. We have a yellow and a hard wreck in the back, Paul. Big wreck in the back. Big wreck in the back.
Get these cars woed up. We'll see if we can figure out exactly who was involved in that big wreck. Definitely cue that up here on the Verdane TV instant replay.
Paul, it looks like the 26 just got loose off of turn 2, loses it all on his own, collects the 90 of Ken Zeems, and it all just breaks loose from there behind him.
You can see the 26 car is already pulling down pit road. He's definitely got some engine damage. Black smoke coming out of the front of that car. Tough break for him. We're going to pull up, checking all the camera angles, and we'll pull it up here. We'll give it to you in real time, show you exactly what happened. We're focusing here on the 26 car. 26, he comes out of the turn, heads on down the straightaway. Looks like he just gets loose. The back end gets around, smashes the wall, takes to 40, and just, man, oh man, collects the back half of this field.
The 12 hits the wall trying to miss him the way it looks, and he collects the 18, and then it's just the track is blocked at that point. There's nowhere to go. So the 98 gets collected, the 5 gets collected, and it just becomes a roadblock. at that point. The 47 has nowhere to go. The 01 just says brake pedal for what? Plows right into it as Timothy Plord. And and then the 81 plows in as well. And the one car that got away was Garrett Zacharias, who squeaked around on the high side in the 71. So, man, some crazy racing there. That was nuts.
Great race, and these guys looking for every piece of real estate they can. We're taking a look at the 71. Doesn't look like the damage is too bad on our screen, so that's definitely good news for the 71 of Garrett Zacharias. He's going to be running, going to be restarting here P8. So outside, actually it'll probably be P8 because we're going to do single file restart here. But man, great racing so far here tonight. We had some green flag runs, had a couple of wrecks, but you know what? That happens in short track racing.
And Paul, for the Alex McCollum fans out there, I did get an update from him. He actually missed qualifying, unfortunately, and he missed the heat races. There's no last chance qualifier, so unfortunately, Alex McCollum is watching from the grandstands.
Tough break, but at least he's got a really good viewpoint here with Verdane TV. You can check everything out on our streams. Check us out on Facebook, Verdane Racing. Check us out on YouTube, Verdane TV. And as always, be sure to support the league here that we're looking at tonight, the East Coast Winter League. Check them out on Facebook, as right now this is their third race here at Stafford Motor Speedway in the SK Modified Divisions. So a lot of these guys you'll recognize from any Friday night at Stafford Motor Speedway. A lot of local drivers, a lot of local talent from the Northeast and New England here on the iRacing Simulator.
All right, Paul, looking at the lap count, you know, we're basically at that halfway point coming up on here. I think we are halfway. I'm the definition of Steiner math, but I think 36 is very close. I think 37-ish will be halfway. We'll say that. So get to see some fresh names up front as the pace car heads down pit road. Kyle Eli, though, we've been calling his name quite a bit for the last couple of weeks as he fires off. He is your leader. He rounds it out at turn 4. The green flag is out. Teddy Hodgen in the 55, second. Third place, Regan Parent in the 17. Fourth, 88. And the 5th place, Keith Jeffrey rolling out of 2.
Single file all the way around from the restart to lap number 38 as they cross the stripe. Looks like everybody's, at this point, they're trying to put their cars on rails, see if we can click off some laps and really do battle here towards the end of this race.
A little bit of a battle in the back, nothing too crazy yet. Battle for the top 10 spot is the Ryan Blanchard ride, that 35. Once the leader earlier in this race, about 15-20 laps ago, got shuffled back, involved in an accident. He works his way, looks like he's going to try to work his way at least here, get a top 10 position. He's definitely trying to wheel it there. Unfortunately, he's still scored back in the 17th position. I'm not exactly sure if he is on the lead lap currently or what it is, but he actually is down a lap. I apologize. He is 1 lap down. He's racing there for the guys running in the top 10, so that might be why they just let him go. Further up for that 10th position, in the 9th position, Skip Lynn in the 99 battling with the 44 of Nick Fralino. That battle has ceased with Skip prevailing.
Still single file, and at this point, it looks like we're going to get a little bit of not quite. It looked like Nick Fralino in the 44 was going to give Skip in the 99 a little bit of a shot, but it looks like he checked up just a bit. But you can feel he definitely wants to get around him. And your screen right now, you're looking at the 9 car. That's actually the 35 of Ryan Blanchard. He's trying. He's a lap down at this point, so he's just trying to get everything that he can, try and get some track position, hoping the caution comes out here soon.
And Teddy Hodgson not letting Eli just run away with this. Kyle Eli putting down some blistering laps. They're both running 19.1s right now. The guy behind him, the 17 of Parent, running a little bit faster, not much, but that's typically what happens when you're racing hard, you're battling hard, but still all 3 of these guys running laps very, very similar to each other. If these 2 get side by side for the lead, that's going to open up the door for Regan Parent. We might have a 3-wide battle for the win here.
Most definitely, Wes. And I'm looking at the timing and scoring. We had a 19.114 for Kyle Ellie in the 7, 19.107 for the 55 of Teddy Hodgson. So these guys are almost identical lap times all the way around the racetrack. And at this point, they're just trying to figure out who's running who's running where can I go that guy is not, because he wants to make sure. You see the 55 just gives him a little bit of a shot. Hey, bud, I'm here. So we're definitely going to see a race up here for the front for the lead.
You're seeing a lot of respect here being given by the 55 of Hodgkin. He's definitely faster right now than Eli. He's got the car right now, and Eli bobbles a little bit on entry. 55 gives him a little bit of shot. He looks slow, coming at the line, coming to turn 1. Can he get under him? Yes, he can. He dives it down, puts it in the grass, goes up the track, gets sideways, no contact, falls right back behind Kyle Eli. Wow, what a battle for the lead.
Fantastic time to jump in shotgun with the 55 of Teddy Hodgson. You saw that car control that he had. No contact with the 7 on the outside. Hit the flat end of the apron, went down to the grass. You saw him bobble left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Straightened it back out, fell right back in line behind the number 7 car.
All it's going to take is a little bit more of a bobble, and I believe the 17 apparent might be able to get to him, but he is starting to fall back from these guys. He's lost touch with them by just a little bit, but he is still there, just creeping in the background as we come around on lap 48 on the backstretch.
Bumper to bumper, the 1 and 2 positions here. Kyle Ellie, Teddy Hodgson in the number 55, not letting the number 7 out of his sights. He's backing up just a little bit. You got to wonder if he's just going to try and adjust his line just a bit to see if he can't get around him inside, outside, or all the way through him.
Got to let that right front or that right rear kind of cool down a little bit here. Gather your thoughts again. You made a run for it. You failed. It doesn't mean it's over yet. Still plenty of time to go. They're going to be coming around here to this is about 15 to go next time by.
15 to go at the stripe. We're looking all the way through the field. It appears everybody is essentially single file all the way around this racetrack. See Elwood here in the 88 going to be running the 4th position. Keith Jeffries looking at the 5th position. Number 69 right behind them. The first 6 cars that kind of broke away just a little bit. Riley O'Keefe in the number 69 in that 6th position. And Garrett Zacharias in the 71. He's running 7th. Take a quick peek at the 87. Looks like he's got some company there with Ray Parrott Jr. right behind him. That's the battle for 8th. And rounding out the top 10. Looks like a little bit of a battle here. Ryan Libby in the 46 under attack from Skip Lynn in the 99. Side by side as they're going around down into turn number 1. Looks like the advantage is going to go to the number 46 momentarily as Skip has a little bit of a run on the outside line.
Your battle up front, though, is still bumper to bumper here, Paul. You like to call yourself Showtime. Well, you're getting a show put on here for you. These guys, the laps are winding down. These are open setups, so these guys make their own setups. So this is going to come down to who has the long-run car. Right now, it looks like Hodgson may have the better long-run car, but maybe Eli's just hasn't came in yet. If we go green the rest of the way, these tires are going to be pretty heat up. 20 laps alone on a set of tires is quite a bit, let alone it would be about a 30 to 35 lap run that we've gone since going back to green from the yellow flag. So, man, still a lot of racing to go here as we come around on lap 55.
Longest green flag run of the night, including heat races, practice, and everything of the such. So you got to wonder who's gonna come out on top. Tires are getting hot, tempers are getting hot. Everybody wants to go. We're starting to deal with a little bit of lap traffic here. You see there's maybe 10 cars ahead of the number 7 car, Kyle Ellie, who's led 29 laps so far this evening. He's got a lap car in his sights, but right behind him, Teddy Hodgson, he's led 20 laps here tonight. Looks like the lap car is going to shoot up high and let these leaders come on by. Commendable move there. And you're gonna just, man, I'm waiting for these cars to really start, these drivers rather, to see who is going to have the long run setup, see who's got everything set up to take it out to the long end.
The long end, that's the end we always like the long end. And long end racing is what we shoot for because we don't like short ends. Nobody likes a short end. As the 44 of Nick Ferolino just got the short end of the stick and just got pummeled by the 81. Just spun clear out for the 12th position coming out of 2 there to bring out the yellow.
We'll get everybody slowed up here. Take a look at the Verdane TV instant replay. Find out what went on there. Take a look. We're going to focus on the number 44 of Nick Ferolino. Find out what went down. Looking like just a 2-car event here. We're going to come over here for the replay, play it to you in real time, and you can see the 44 comes on down into turn number 1, takes a quick little shot in the bumper, boop, just like that, spins them on around.
I think I jinxed it when I was talking about the long end, and Green flag runs.
That's one of those things that's just going to stick. Something about the long end. But the 44 gets everything gathered back up. You're going to get him. Doesn't look like he had any kind of damage like that. Just a kind of a lazy spin there as he got a little bit of help heading down into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to restart in the 14th position here as we gather everybody back up. And Kyle Ellie, the number 7, man, he's still your leader.
Paul, these guys aren't taking tires. I don't believe they're allowed to take tires in this series. Am I
Correct,
correct?
yep.
Yep. Okay. So they're going to be those tires are going to be pretty warm from that last run. So now they're going to get to cool down, and restarting on old tires are nothing like it is restarting on newer tires or 20-lap tires or 30-lap tires. You're on over 60 laps on these tires. The grip is gone at this point. You got less than 20 to go. Your grip level is horrible. Restarts, you have the chance of spinning your tires. It's not going to handle the same on in lower speeds with the tires cooler as it was when you're up to speed. So anything can happen here. The 7, all he has to do is wiggle, and we already see the Hodgson will just put his nose there and move him out of the way if he needs to.
And as these laps wind down, Wes, you got to wonder if the patience is going to wear out. Less than, looking at about 15 laps to go here. My math is probably completely horrendous. It's about 13 laps, 62, 75, 13, carry the 1, something like that. I'm going to be restarting here with probably 10, 11 laps to go. And, we just had a 30, 40 lap run. These guys were able to really see what their cars could do in the long run, but now we got a 10-lap sprint here. That's only 5 miles at Stafford Speedway, so it's going to be good to see. It's going to be a kind of a combination of who's got the best short run and long run car.
Man, are you excited for this? I'm excited for these lights to go off and get back green flag racing. I'm hoping cautions don't breed cautions. We get to see a great battle up here for the lead.
Speaking of the devil, the lights are off on that iRacing Mustang pace car. See the drivers lining back up behind them single file, kind of warming the tires up just a little bit, shooting left, shooting right, left and right again, just trying to get everything that they can, getting all the dirt and the debris and the rubber buildup off of the tires. That's the thing here in iRacing. Heading down into turn number 3, getting ready for that pace car to pull off.
All right. Here we go. Pace car's down. The 7, is he going to drag him? Ooh, he's not going yet. And the 55 basically is forcing him to go. Just pounding on his back bumper. We're green flag racing into 1. The battle for the lead is bumper to bumper. You couldn't put a piece of paper between them by the time they came across the line there. Of the 7 of Eli, drives it off of turn 2. Behind him is Teddy Hodgson. Watching these laps count down. He knows it's time to go. There's no more waiting around. There's no saving the tires. This time at the line, 11 to go.
Clicking them off one by one. We're taking a look at Kyle Elliott in the number 7. Teddy Hodgson, 55. He's there waiting for the number 7 to make any kind of mistake, wiggle, bobble, anything. Hit, scrape the wall. Haven't seen any of that out of the number 7 car. As you can see, they're running right there at the top of the flat part of the apron all the way around this racetrack.
In order to win here, Paul, with the level of experience that you see up here, especially in the front, you got to be flawless. And so far, Eli has been flawless in that beautiful ride there in that number 7, 9 on your screens. Teddy Hodgson, though, he's only made one mistake, and that's when he went for the lead. That's the only mistake that he truly has made, other than when he lost it on a restart. But other than that, he's been quite mistake-free. He's ran an excellent race. So now, with 9 to go, does Teddy have anything for Kyle Eli?
Top 10 cars, single file, all the way around this racetrack. Crossing the start-finish line, heading on down turn number 1. You can see the number 55 of Teddy Hodgson's jaw. He's going to give him a little bit of a shot, and he's going to shoot up high, trying to rattle the cage a little bit of the number 7 machine. But number 7 says, no, sir, I don't think I will. And he's going to keep driving in that same line, shooting up to the inside wall, the outside wall there on the front stretch, thundering down into turn number 1. All about rhythm here at Stafford Motor Speedway.
We're going to jump in the cockpit view here of the 55 to get an idea of how hard he's actually driving as he shoots low here. He's going to take his move. He slides up, barely misses Eli, almost gets into Kyle Eli, almost took him out. He took his shot. It may have been a little too early. Now he's driving it hard into 1 and 2. I think he took that shot, Paul, a little too early. That's the move you make on the last lap, because he did not want to wash up into him too soon. If he would have done that, you have 5 laps for Kyle to get back up to and return the favor. He couldn't do it. If you were to make that move, you do it with a lot less laps. And with now 5 to go, can he get back to the bumper of Kyle Eli?
Did he show his entire hand, or has he still got an ace up his sleeve? Teddy Hodgson backing up just a little bit here. We're riding shotgun with him in the number 55 modified. Man, Teddy's hungry. He wants that win. He wants that victory. He wants another win here at Stafford Motor Speedway in the iRacing Series. And man, oh man, he's all over the back bumper. He's trying to figure out exactly where the 7 isn't so he can get down in there and really pull up into him.
Coming to 3 to go this time by. Time is of the essence right now. Teddy, second place, just ran a 19.180. Your leader, 19.134. That's hundredths of a second. That's a blink of an eye, but it makes a difference here, especially in short track racing, those blinks of an eye. As you see him driving it hard into the corner, he's giving it all that he has now. Popsicle sticks are out. 2 to go, Paul.
2 to go here at Stafford Motor Speedway. No pressure from the back. Third place and on back seems to have kind of leveled out. They seem to be content where they're at. Coming on down to turn number 3, heading into coming out of turn number 4. Little bit more of a run there from the number 55, Teddy Hodgson. He's going all the way out to that front stretch wall. Final lap, white flag in the air, coming on down into turn number 2.
Will he make the move? That's the question here. Will he use that bumper? Will he be close enough to do so? He had a bad exit off of 2. He shoots for it. He goes for it, just not close enough to get the Kyle Eli. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner tonight of the 75-lap feature, the number 7, Kyle Eli.
Fantastic race, fantastic car control. A little bit of a bump there, congratulatory bump to the 7. The 88's going to come up, do the very same, wave with him, hopefully with all 5 fingers on that hand. But the number 55 finishes second. Regan Parent in the number 17, he's going to come home third. 4th place goes to Kyle Elwood. 5th place is going to go to Keith Jeffrey. Pulling up the standings here, 6th place, Riley O'Keefe. Great run by him. David French, 87. He's going to finish 7th. Garrett Zacharias in the number 71 finishes 8th. Ryan Libby, heard of him earlier, ran up front, top 5 for a little bit. He's going to finish 9th. Rounding out the top 10, it's going to be Anthony Bello.
Man, oh man, oh man, Paul, I believe we're going to try to catch up with our top 3 here. Going to see who will jump into our server here so we can possibly talk to them. Man, what a race. Once again, they put on a show. This time it was different faces up front except one, and that was Kyle Eli. He's had to play second fiddle a couple different times since we've been here to Alex McCollum, but since there was no Alex, we got a new winner, and it was Eli. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a very, very quick break here, and we're going to see if these drivers will jump into the booth. So we will be back here with you shortly. Do not go anywhere, as we will try to interview our race winner and more.
Guess we got a little off track, but love knows a way back through the storms and pouring rain. Got my hands on the wheel and I'm flying, heartbeat loud as the thunder rolls, riding in on a stampede of lightning. I'm bringing back the sunshine, bringing back the sunshine, baby, it's about time. Oh, bring it back. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to Verdane TV post-race show here at Stafford Motor Speedway. Just had 75 great laps here with the East Coast Winter League drivers. Absolutely fantastic show here. Wes is actually down there in victory lane, caught up with our third place, well, right near victory lane anyway, right there on the front stretch with our third place position, with our third place finisher, Regan Parent. And Wes, well, what have you got going on down there?
Regan, you got a copy. This is Wes Rowdy Hogue in the booth.
Yeah, I got you guys.
Regan, that entire last run there, you had a windshield full of a great battle for the lead, and all it looked like it was going to take is one slip up to put you there. Give us the rundown from your point of view through that last 15 or so laps.
Yeah, I had a pretty good gap over Kyle Elwood behind me, and I was just kind of riding behind Teddy and Kyle Ellie, hoping they would hopefully get into it or something at the end and be able to sneak by for the win, but they ran it out pretty clean, and we ended up coming home with a third place here.
Man, there was a point when you saw Hodgen take a shot low, get loose, almost take out Eli. At that point, do you think, all right, this is my opening?
Yeah, I was hoping maybe it's wash up, maybe clean him out or something, but no, they kept it straight, kept it going, and ended up finishing third. But good points day after all.
Now, we haven't been able to call your name too often this season so far in the 3 weeks that we've called it. However, you put on a heck of a show tonight. We are glad to have you in the booth here in a podium finish. Anybody you would like to thank to help make this possible?
Yeah, Derek Luchaki and Trent Goodrow, Yeti Elementary. That's like our Discord, and then Spotter Wilkes as always, Jake Johnson. That's about it.
All right, and Regan, it was fun watching you tonight. There's a couple times that we focused in on you on your in-car as you were watching a heck of a battle. Man, great to see you in the top three. We hope to see you repeat next week and possibly in Victory Lane.
Yeah, hope to speak with you guys again shortly.
All right, and ladies and gentlemen, that was the third place driver of Regan Parent. And Paul, I believe you've caught up with Teddy Hodgson, your runner-up driver.
That's right, Teddy Hodgson finishing second. He's fast in real life, even in modifieds. He's fast in iRacing in real life. Won a couple of races there in the iRacing E Series over there at Stafford Motor Speedway. Teddy, great run here this evening. Finished second. Man, you were all over the back bumper there of Kyle. Walk us through it.
Yeah, we had a good run on Ryan there after the first restart. Had to get by him real quick. He slowed up big time in 4, so took that opportunity. And then just messed up on the start there. I let Kyle get to my bumper there, and then going in the one I had to protect big time and bottomed out, and he just got the runoff too, and that was pretty much the race. We were pretty even. I would get better than him through the center, but he would be a lot better drive off. So if he could mess up, like get loose a couple times, I'd take a couple shots. My bad. But just wasn't there, and I'll take second place any day.
Most definitely, and it was a fantastic race. You're able to you show really good car control. We were actually riding on board with you at one point. You kind of shot down low, hit the grass, and able to gather that car up without even putting a scratch on the number 7 car. So that's really good to see on the iRacing simulator. So very, very cool. But we do want to give you the opportunity, hand the microphone over to you, thank any sponsors, friends, family, anybody you want to thank that gets them done here on Easter Sunday. The floor's all yours.
Yeah, of course. Happy Easter, everyone, of course, and Passover wasn't celebrating it. But I just got to thank all my real-life sponsors, Montanary Fuel, State Cutters, Keith Rocker Racing, Papa John Construction Company, the Matten family, the Benedict family, Business Time Motorsports, and all the people that are watching on the stream today. Thank you guys for tuning out.
Awesome run, and congratulations again on the strong P2 finish here at Stafford Speedway. Teddy Hodgson is finishing second here tonight. We're actually going to pull up the winner here. Wes, you've caught up with him down in Victory Lane.
Man, oh man, Kyle Eli, we've had you in the booth a couple times since the season started. So close, but so far away, we said before. Not tonight. You were able to pilot that ride into Victory Lane, Kyle. How's it feel to finally get it done?
Oh, it feels pretty good. I mean, it was unfortunate Alex didn't get in the race because I know if he was in, I would definitely probably got beaten by him. But I'm kind of shocked. Teddy was, on my bumper the whole race, and it just seemed like he was plowing on exit, which I could kind of pull away. But I don't think I had the fastest car tonight.
Well, the old saying is it's not the fastest car on the track, it's the one that refuses to lose. And tonight you definitely refused to lose. Now, there's a couple instances there towards the end where Teddy took a couple shots. That's probably the most aggressive passive races I've seen for the lead in a long time. He took a couple shots. What was going through your mind when you'd see him just dive it down low, see him start to slide up? I'm sure that was a moment where you're just tensing up, waiting for that left rear to get clipped.
Yeah, in 3 and 4 when he dove it in there, I kind of just drove my line because I know he's really clean and he wouldn't have slid up like that, so he backed off. But he's probably one of the cleanest racers in that session, so I kind of knew like if he was gonna do something, it wasn't gonna be too bad.
It's all about respect. It's all about trust when you're out here racing, and we definitely see that. We know that that's preached here in your league with the East Coast Winter League. You guys are all about respect and trusting each other, and that really does go a long way. But now we have you here in Victory Lane. That monkey is thrown somewhere out of the Stafford Motor Speedway. It's off of your back. That's what matters. Who would you like to thank, fans, sponsors, family that may have helped you with the setup that might be watching?
Chris Silvestri for the base set, Dylan for hosting this race. Thank you to you guys for broadcast.
Kyle, now that we have you in Victory Lane, unfortunately Alex wasn't able to make it. You were able to bring it home. Next Sunday night, do you think you can go back to back and repeat what Alex did? Do you have the confidence that you can get that done?
I don't know. We're gonna have to test to get the car better this week. But if he's in the race, definitely for sure he's gonna be a competitor. But we're just going for podium finishes for good points races, and that's kind of what we've been doing the past 3 weeks. So next week we're gonna show up, try to get a win. If not, finish second or third.
That is the big picture, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the definition of big picture racing. All about podium finishes, all about those points. Congratulations again, Kyle, and we hope to talk to you again next week.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that was your winner here in Victory Lane, Kyle Eli. Paul, what a day, what a race, our first official back-to-back. Cheers to you, brother.
And right back with you. Great to have a double header here on Easter Sunday. Very, very excited about that. Big things happening here at Verdane TV. As you may or may not have noticed, we're actually testing out a new layout style. Couple of new toys down here in the production trailer here at Verdane TV. So we're going to be working on some of the kinks. May or may not have noticed that throughout the evening here tonight, but hopefully we made it nice and smooth and you didn't even catch it. Yeah, great race here at Stafford. Great race at Lanier earlier on tonight. Next on tap, Wes, the big show. We don't really have too much going on. We are going to be working with Tim's Corner Motorsports. A couple of pickup races throughout the week. But man, the next thing on the schedule right now is next Saturday, the big show, the big New Smyrna race, the New Smyrna Esports 100. And man, oh man, oh man, am I excited for that. A lot of drivers, just like here you saw tonight, a lot of drivers from Stafford Speedway run this event. Next Saturday, we're going to be seeing a lot of Florida's finest race car drivers. A lot of those guys that run at New Smyrna Speedway going to be running here live at on Verdane TV.
Man, I am pumped that we're going to be putting that on for that track. That is actually supported by the track as well. We got a lot of their drivers that are going to be involved. Anything from super speed or super stocks, super late models. Anthony Sergi, who runs super lates as well as has done some ARCA K&N racing, but all the way down to the 4-cylinder series. We got drivers that typically run the 4-cylinder series. So I'm excited for that. That coverage, it will be a special start time of 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Qualifying time starts at 3, but the session itself for us will start at 2:30 Eastern, and I believe we have one Saturday morning as well, don't we? Around noon.
Yes, we do. We do have some Saturday afternoon racing. We got to get that added up to the schedule, so that's always exciting to see. And man, if you're a racing league out there, you're looking for someone to broadcast your events. We are new to the game, but you know what? I think we're here to stay, and everything seems to be working out in really, really good fashion. If you want to just shoot us a line, check us out on Facebook, Verdane Racing. You can go to facebook.com/Verdane. That'll pop right up if you can't find it in the search. Also, make sure you check it out on YouTube, Verdane TV. You can actually just use our logo down there in the bottom left for spelling, and that's all one word. You'll be able to pull up our YouTube page. Make sure you like all the videos, subscribe, share with your friends, and let them know you just watched some awesome iRacing events on Verdane TV.
All right, Paul. I think that's it. I think we're gonna finally call it a night. This has been a long day. Boy, I have enjoyed it being here in the booth with you. man, oh man, again, if you want us to call your races, hit us up on Vidane Racing on the Facebook machine. Vidane Racing, we'll be there. Hit us up on there, and we'll call your races, and we'll do it with style, we'll do it with flash, and it won't cost you too much cash. So go ahead and sign us out, brother.
Yeah, we're going to wrap up all the cables, pack everything back up here into the production trailer, dust everything off, make sure it's packed away nice and neat, and the next time we dump it out, it's going to be live right here on Vidane TV. Thank you guys for coming out. Happy Easter. We'll see you next time as we do it live.
Woo!
Guess we got a little off track, but love knows a way back through the storms and pouring rain. Got my hands on the wheel and I'm flying, heartbeat loud as the thunder rolls, riding in on a stampede of lightning. I'm bringing back the sunshine, bringing back the sunshine, baby, it's about time.
Under that caution, we're gonna